Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Shapes 2 with Lone Debater 7, and today we're going to be focusing primarily on Milestone 4, but before we dive into that, let's go ahead and turn in some of our tasks and just catch you up. So, in between episodes, I went ahead and let this tick over, so we have now officially completed task set 6. We showed the build off last time. Task set 7, we did the first one buffered, the second one also buffered, and now I'm buffering the third. I'll just discuss what I did for these two real quick in case you missed it or weren't or want to know. So right now it's set up for build 3. I took the original 2 lines of stackers we were running, reduce it to 1 line, bring the output of our single square circle, ramp it around, put that on the bottom of our second stacker set, and put the pinwheels on top of that. And then pass that to the third stacker set, put on the final piece, and then push it in. What I did for task set, so it's only 1 line, not super duper fast, but it's fast enough it can tick over in the background. What I did before to get this shape is I was running both of these lines, making this shape, the single stack square circle. And they each were running into a set of pinwheel stackers. So there's another setup here. This used to be getting this line when it was making this shape as the bottom, and then got these pinwheels and gave us a second line. I didn't want to have to set up another line of pinwheels just because I don't really have space on my main base. Granted, I could make a platform and do it, but I'm not too worried about it. It'll take over in time. But let's look at what we're going to do this time. So milestone 4 is right here. These are the shapes we need to unlock it. So we need a half red circle, 1 corner of a blue square, and then the next shape is a full red circle, half a blue rectangle, half a blue square. Then the final shape is a full blue square underneath a full red circle. So this is what we need to make. I'm going to utilize this shape, so the checkerboard blue-white square, and then the 3/4 red, 1 white circle. So I have this one set up already. I utilized our blueprint for our extractors to set this up quickly. Not too bad, not too bad. I did hand place the miners just to try to maximize how many nodes I can set up. I know this is not the most efficient thing in the world and could be a little, like, I could get way more lines if I were to utilize cutters instead of half destroyers here. I'm not worried about it. This is still going to yield us 8 total lines of red circle. So I'm just going to bring these guys out right here. And actually, what may make more sense, these are likely going to have to go up, but we'll do that in a second. I think we're going to want to bring them out here, just to keep our space rail a little bit more compact. Yeah, let's go ahead and set up the elevated. What was I going to say? Yeah, this build is also quite good because you can expand it quickly to do the next shape. So to make whole circles, I can just stack this shape on top of this shape and after I rotate this one, right? So that's pretty easy. Okay, there is that. Now I do want to go up here, grab our space belt, and I need to pipe it in over here. So yeah, that's why I was thinking it might make sense to do this. Sure, we'll bring it in right there. So there's one milestone shape. We need to do the other. Let's actually plug these lines in real quick. So I only have one right there. I don't need these anymore, do I? So we'll do something like this, and just so the belts don't clog, we're just gonna do this. So it's still running, but it's less in the way, and I can utilize these input lanes for our circles, which are coming in here eventually. And maybe I just do this with 4 lanes, honestly. Granted, I probably should have taken the upper lane, but that's okay. Boom. 3 lines. 4 lines. It is 1800, right? So, I mean, that's a pretty large number. So, having 4 lines doing 120, that is 480 a minute once they buffer in, right? So, 480 of these a minute. I could take it up to 960 if I find another 4 ports to utilize. Like, if I remove this square line, which I don't know why it's even here, I don't need it. Right? If I do this, then I have 4 more ports, so I could bring this line all the way around and plug it in, but I think I'm just going to let it take over while we set up the other shape. So let's do that, right? So for this, we just need a quarter. So we're going to do something similar. First things first, I need to place a platform. I'm just using the smallest foundation. I could use these when if I utilized a bigger one, I could probably get more shape out of it just by utilizing the cutter. But frankly, there's no reason to. I can do a max of 8 lines. I'm kind of cramped for space anyway, so why not just do this? And instead of building this by hand, I can blueprint this. And this will be like half destroyer x8. So 8 lines, half destroyer, right? Because I can use this blueprint over and over again for a bunch of different things. So we just go in, half destroyer x8, and I can rotate it how I want. I guess I can just plug it in like this, for sure. So there's one. I am going to adjust this blueprint, though, because I really want to do something different. I want to extract the quarters out of all of these, right? So let's go ahead and set that up, shall we? It's pretty straightforward. I just don't really need the belts in between because we can make it more compact if we do it differently. And I think I'm also going to use a different port. I'll probably utilize this port. So, okay. I need these rotated in such a way that I get the blue out. So that works. That's a 90 clockwise. Then I take another half destroyer, cut it like that. And we've now got the corner. I just have to route the belts. So, let me close that. Yeah, I do want it just out of the bottom. So we'll set that up real quick. And this will be the same thing. I can easily convert this into a build for the half square. I keep wanting to say half rectangle. It's a square. I can build that just as easily. I just have to rotate the top shape and then put it into the stack it. I then stack it onto the bottom line, and it reduces it from 8 lines to 4 lines, but I could make it 8 lines if I convert all this into cutters instead. But let's do this. I'm going to blueprint it, call it quarter, X8. Forgot to actually set the icons for this, so it is actually like this shape. There's that. Then we just need to build our space rails. I think it'll be easiest coming in right there, actually. So there we go. Our 8 lines of corners are coming in. Actually, I'm just gonna move this up into the air. Alright, that's the red circle milestone done. We'll go ahead and set that up after we plug in our blue lines. And I think, again, I'm just going to do a few of these. Again, it's 1,800 points to finish the milestone, so more is better. You'll do it faster, yada yada. I'm not too worried about it, frankly. Yeah, this is going to get a little bit messy. Right? Can I just delete this stuff? What is this making? This is making the blueprint shape, isn't it? No, this is making a quarter? I don't really want to break that stuff. Let's plug it in here instead. I know. I need to clean up my factory a little bit. There's a lot of lines and machines and stuff in this main area that probably don't need to be there anymore. I just have them. I haven't taken the time to go through and assess what I can destroy and what needs to stay and all that. Whoops. So, like, this is stalled out. What is this supposed to be making? The squares? Okay, so something like this, I can get rid of. Throw a trash can there, trash can there, just in case those are utilized. And now I have room for my belt. There we go. Awesome. Alright, so there's that. We've got our corners plugged in. They're ticking over. We did finish this, so let's go ahead and hand in the final task at a 7. Get our 10k points and our research points. That's super valuable. I don't know when we're going to do the next set of these. We could do this fairly easily mining the same node that we're already mining, but I kind of want to hold off a little bit on doing these until we get to the next milestone, because we unlock fluids, which I believe allows you to paint the Shapez, which should be good. It might also allow us to get a different blueprint to hand in that's worth more, meaning we can free up some more space on our main platform. But since we have the research points, I have basically the machines that I care about. I could get the bent stacker. I don't really care about that, though. Third floor is still a ways off, even with 34 points in the bank. I could do wiring, but I think I'm going to upgrade all of our stuff here. So belts, cutting, and stacking are now all at level 3. So they're doing 120 a minute at the same ratio. So that's a little bit better. Cool. But let's go take a look at setting up the full red circle, shall we? Because we no longer need these halves, but we need a full. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete the top line. Actually, I guess we can delete all that too. That. Perfect. Okay, cool. There's that. Now what I need to do on the elevation is rotate these 180 degrees. Like that. Okay. So those are ready, those are ready. Now I need to fit the stackers. So this is where it might make sense to upgrade the platform size. Yeah, that's... that could work. I think I need to move it up one, though. No, that won't work. There's not quite enough room. Yeah, there's not quite enough room. So, what we're going to do instead, we're going to change the platform size to a 2-tile instead of a 1-tile. Before I do that, I'm just going to cut this out. No. What I'm going to do instead is copy this out. Then if I go to paste, yeah, it's still saved on the clipboard. Then I'm going to go out here, delete the whole tile, and put in this instead. And I can come back in, paste our old thing, put it like that, delete these, and there. Now we have more space. So let's set up the stackers the way we want. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's half of it. There's the other half. Whoops. Okay, cool. We can keep the belt there. And I believe we did grab from the bottom, correct? We surely did. So, after those halves kind of buffer, once they buffer on the rail, they will fill this out. So let's go ahead and blueprint this as well. And this will be half to whole. Eight in, 4 out, 2x, F. The F for foundation. Save. Boom. There we go. Cool. And yeah, they are going on the belt. I guess the top lanes here are still full, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. It's the bottom lanes that we're connected to anyway. Right? Did I not connect one of these? No, I did. There it is. Okay, cool. So this one should start going. We now need to do something very similar to this shape. So, frankly, I can probably get away with just using that blueprint, huh? Build half the hole. First, I need to place the foundation, I suppose. Hmm. That is interesting. Okay. Okay, so I can't quite use the same blueprint for this because it does have a different shape. So I do need to chop them both into quarters. I'm not trying to go half the whole. I'm trying to go quarter to half is what I'm trying to do. All right, so let's set this back up. 90-degree clockwise. Okay, now I do a 180. No, it's not a 180. Interesting. Okay, cool. It'll probably be a counterclockwise. Cool. There's that. Now those are going the right direction. Those are going the right direction. Just pull these out on belts so I can see them. Okay, there's that. Now we need the stacker lines. Make it slightly more efficient, I suppose. Why not? Oh, I have these rotated the wrong way. Shoot. All right, there we go. 4 lanes, half rectangles. Let's just blueprint this. Quarter to half. 8 in, 4 out. 2XF. Save. Baller. Alright, cool. So that's that. We're almost done with this milestone shape, so that is good. Really what I should be doing, I need to set up another one of these. I don't really have the shape available though. So we're going to get constrained for the last shape is what's going to end up happening. And that's okay. I do want to take these circles in a different direction because they need to combine with these, and I'd rather do that up there. So let's go ahead and convert the lines. I guess how many platforms? I have 170. I should be able to keep this right here, I suppose. We could bring it in like here for the processing in. So like I've got half rectangles coming through here eventually. Oh, I'm using the elevated lines. Am I? Okay. Fair enough. There we go. Okay. Now we're sending half rectangles, or half squares that are blue, into here. And then ultimately what's going to end up happening, like I can build or utilize this blueprint right here and put the circles in on the top lanes and then put the assembled squares in the bottom lanes. I can also use this blueprint to convert these into full squares. After we finish this task, we will only have 2 lines coming in though, so we won't be running at peak efficiency for the final shape. It's just kind of the way it is. I'm not too worried about it, frankly. I just would like to be able to do it. So I guess honestly I could make a smaller stack version here. While this is going, it doesn't actually matter too much. So I've got a half and a half. They're all coming in on the elevation, aren't they? So all are on elevation, and it's only going to be... No, it'll be 4 lanes. So I think I bring the middle lanes down. Keep these ones elevated. Take our stackers. Now I do need to rotate some of them. And it should be a 180-degree rotation. This needs to go forward 1. Oh, whoops. 180. This goes into that. This goes into that. That goes like this. Then I take these stackers. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honestly, I could do it like this. There we go. Okay. Well, these should come out on elevation too. Right? Because this is coming in on this port, which is the elevated line that's unbuffered. So, okay, we do that. So, all I have to do save this as a blueprint, which is half to whole, 4 in, 2 out, 1 XF. Save. Now I got a blueprint. And I think I can actually like cut and paste the whole thing. Yeah, I totally can. So all I'd have to do is put it like right here. Or like right here. Maybe I'd put it like right here. It'll come in like this. Then I can put my other foundation right there that we're going to utilize. So let me just actually paste that back. So we have it for later in case I do something. But so we have a few modular blueprints built, right? We are almost done with milestone 4. We have some research points apparently. Yeah, we have research points, but I could upgrade the vortex inputs. I'm not really worried about that. It's fine. Maybe we'll do that later. Interesting. Okay, so like task set 9 and 10 would be pretty easy for us, I think. 8 wouldn't be too bad. We just have to mine a different shape, which we have a little... This would probably be the best shape to mine because it's 3/4 of the mushroom. For the second shape. So the first shape, you just cut it in half. The second shape, you almost have this. You could even just send in the first shape and put in half a circle. Then you stack a full circle. Then you put that all on a square. So once you hit this point, you just do that with the shapes at home. This one you need like this shape processed in half is all. And I could replace it with the corner piece since I don't really need that shape anymore. Yeah, plans. Maybe we'll look at that next episode. I just want to get through the milestone. If I'm honest, we'll come back once it has buffered. Alrighty guys, the task has buffered. I went ahead and cleaned the belt. Let's go ahead and place in our whole square blueprint and make sure that it is working. There we go. Always good to check your stuff. And I should update that blueprint now. There's a replace button, eh? Okay, how do I get to that? Let's see. This. Create folder, refresh. I don't know what button that is. Okay, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Let's just copy the blueprint. We'll just rename it the same thing. So this is half to whole, 4 in, 2 out, 1 XF. Yes, confirm the override. Perfect. Okay, now we got full squares coming in. Baller. What we need next is our 2 foundation tiles. So we'll break that. Put those in. I actually want those on the bottom. we'll leave the blueprint as is. It's not a big deal. All right. So what are we doing here? We're going to take 2 lines from here, 2 lines from here, and then stack them. So we probably can utilize this blueprint in some respects. Let's zoom in, shall we? So, wait, this will do 4. Huh, okay. So I don't want this one. I want the 4. 8 in, 4 out, 2. We'll just place it. Actually, do I have the... Is it this one? It's this one. I think I want this one. We just replace all those cutters and stuff, doing something like this. Then I can bring in this line right here. Those coming in the bottom or the top? They're on the bottom. That's annoying, actually. You know what? It's okay. Okay, there's that. And obviously I can't run all of these. There is a constraint that happens because we're making this whole square from a quarter, whereas we're making this circle from a half, so we get twice as many of these as these. Now I could balance that different if I go over and throw in a cutter. Or, well, actually, I don't... Yes, I could. If I threw in a cutter and replace this half destroyer with a cutter step, then I would double the amount of quarters that I get, rather, which would then double the amount of halves that I get, which would then double the amount of fulls that I get. So yeah, I could improve the efficiency, but you know what? It's okay. Actually, why don't we just put these on an elevated line? That way I don't have to do any crazy belting. It's just one belt right there. And then that will start buffering the final milestone shape. Oh yeah, look at us. They're doing their little jumps off the rail onto the belt. And they will start buffering in. I think what I'm going to do, guys, this is the last shape in the milestone. Right? Then we get milestone 4 for fluids and painting. So... we'll maybe wrap it up here this time, and then next time we'll hand in the milestone at the start of the episode, and then we will take a look at utilizing some of the fluid and painting stuff that this game has to offer. I'm pretty excited for it. I hope you guys are as well. If you enjoyed the episode today on showing how to complete milestone 4, be sure to drop a like on the video, consider subscribing to the channel for more episodes, and drop a comment if you have any questions, concerns, or suggestions. I'm open to all of that. Until next time, this has been Lone Debater 7, and we will see ya!